Andy. So the major components of my teaching model include direct teach in short chunked sections, guided and independent practice. I use technology in a variety of ways for virtual labs, Kahoots. We take our exams online. I allow students to do research online, take practice quizzes, and watch videos in the classroom to help enhance their learning. I also use a lot of hands-on and movement activities, so actual labs, matching cards, the headbands game, around the room, stations, and task cards. Some strengths to this variety of teaching methods is that it's very diverse to allow for many different learning types. Certain learners might disengage with some of these lessons, which would be a negative because the lessons vary so much. It's kind of inconsistent, and someone who doesn't learn well from listening might disengage during a lecture, but if they're visual, they might re-engage during a video. So kind of pro and con there. But the students definitely get information repeated in many different forms, which helps for that information to stick with the students. Now, planning for all of these different methods, I look at things that worked well the previous year. So I go back and I look at what I did the previous year, what worked well, what didn't work well. Things that didn't work well, I either create or find alternative assignments for those things. I always try to find a good hands-on or a virtual lab activity, or both ideally, if I can, for each unit. I try to find an actual lab for each unit if possible. And I create the direct teach presentations where I chunk the information and try to include things in between, like small group purposeful talk, KWL charts, think, pair, share, that sort of thing, and just kind of bring the lessons all together with those presentations. And that's kind of the synopsis of how my planning decisions are made. I think about what's better, what's easier to do direct teach, chunk it up, have students think about it in between the chunks and process the information. Then I find videos, hands-on assignments, a lab, and practice that I implement for whatever I taught. And then I do the cycle all over again. Hope that was helpful.